Welcome to the DZ Report. Don't you know I love haters? Now, everybody is going in about the Shannon Sharp and Stephen C. Smith thing. I'm going to talk about that later. I really don't give a damn about both of them, so you might not even get a video on that. And I also finished reading and watching Claymore. I got a video coming out. It'll probably be tonight. Now, excuse me. The problem with this world and everything is, I've made plenty of videos talking about it, is that, you know, I'm not no relationship guru, and I don't even want to be, because to me, everybody's relationship is different. Everybody deal with stuff differently. What you wouldn't deal with, another person would. And that's just the simple facts right there of life. I believe the internet has not only ruined people in general, it's just ruined the thought process. Everybody wants to vicariously live through somebody else. It was like this even before the internet. People wanted to be movie stars, people wanted to be athletes, people wanted to be everything. But when you come around and you don't want to be those things, and you basically are giving a constructive critique of said person, whether woman or male, people get in their feelings and want to fight you, want to kill you. Shoot, you didn't have people get shot over a LeBron and Jordan debate. It's like the stupidest thing in the world. You know? But to me, I think people got to understand that these people are human beings. They're still human. They're just at a different status or on a different plateau. A lot of people say, oh, if I was in them shoes, nothing would happen to me. It's like, yeah, it would. You'll just have more problems. That's why the song More Money, More Problems resonate today. Because it is. More money, more problems. The more money you have, the more issues you have, the more women you have, the more you're going to deal with backlash from them. So you got to understand. The best objection, or the best thing you ought to do is basically live your life to the best that you can. You know, everybody don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire to be happy. You could be happy with $2 in your pocket. You know, I just think people vicariously think what everybody else want. Like for instance, my bad. For instance, you realize when dealing with people that you can grow. Sometimes your growth can be hindered when you mess with people, or you chill with people, or you're around certain people. You know? And sometimes you just be like, man, I'm tired. I don't even feel like doing none of this. People see that as quitting. That's not quitting. That's basically just letting you know, look, I just need to relax. I need to chill for a bit, and then I get back out there. Now, some people might say, oh, well, what is he talking about here? What's the point? The point is that I'm so sick and tired of just people in general with the BS, like with the excuse. Just be honest with yourself, or be honest about what you're in. You know, I just don't like when people lie or try to paint a picture and the picture's never there. They're just trying to use words, but their actions is showing an entirely different scenario, because people have been embedded and has been drawn to using words to continue to persuade people, to make people feel sorry for them. And with me, that shit don't work. You know, I look at action and look what you're doing. If you're not doing anything action-wise or trying to do anything, then it's like you're a waste of time, a waste of breath, a waste of space. You know, I don't like people being hype men or hype women. Nah, you don't need all that. You know, it's the situation with the double standards, the triple standards. I was outside talking to my coworkers the other day, and you know, I was explaining to them, you know, and one of my coworkers, he's Mexican, of course. He was driving through Mississippi and everything, you know, and he felt it. And I told him, is that you guys may not feel a certain way, but other people feel a certain way. And this is what I be trying to tell people. I be trying to tell them at work about Black Americans, about what we go through, what we've gone through. Talked about the colorism in our community, just like it's colorism in Latino and in the Latino community. The Latinas and the Latinos. It's a lot of colorism in that. So you have to explain to people. But I don't vicariously live through my ancestors or anything when it comes to, oh, well, I'm going to use this as a crutch. No, I vicariously lived through them in their teachings, their knowledge, and what was passed on. But see, what people fail to realize is that this is our home. This is our land. You know, you have people saying, man, they came and took our land from us. But, you know, people would say, oh, man, you're just complaining. You're just complaining. But when you talk about a punk-ass Jew, and I call them punk-ass Jews, and if you a Jew and you get mad, hey, you just going to be mad. Because I don't give a shit. You guys are the most victimist, most hypocritical people that I know. I'm not even going to throw white people in there with you, because white people know they devils. Yeah, some white people, not all, but I'm just saying, Jews, they play that bullshit. When you talk about the Holocaust and Hitler and all of that stuff, man, they go crazy. They be ready to fight you. They be ready to get you fired from work. And, you know, because they're vicariously living through being a victim. Because it's been placed on them. When the people who killed them were their own goddamn people who killed them and basically sold them out. Well, people are like, no, they were German. They weren't Jewish. What do you mean? They were Jewish. They just stayed. They were just born in Germany. But the thing is, they don't tell you that, but they won't tell you about how the Jews, of course, had a big part in the Atlantic slave trade. They won't tell you them type of things. They'll just tell you, oh man, you just being a victim, you just the N-word. They'll call you an N-word on the internet, but when you see them in person, they not finna have that same energy. Like people in the comments be trying to say something all upset, like this one dude in the past, a Giants fan, some Sir Bishop, got upset because I told the truth. About he like, well, look at his rating and everything. I said, yeah, his rating, yeah, but dog, he's not that good. You know, if you didn't have a running game and a defense to back his ass up, he would have been in trouble. Now, his receivers were trash. I give you that, they were. But the running game was saving him. But see, he was vicariously living through false propaganda. Just like they try to tell you Eli is one of the greatest to ever play. No, he's not. He was a good player on a great team. And he was. There's nothing wrong with that. There's been plenty of good players on a great team. But back to the point I was saying, because I sidetracked, it's that you can vicariously live, you vicariously live through people because your life ain't shit. Now they coming up with this metaverse shit. I don't want to be in another metaverse. I'm good in reality. They're slowly warping reality into virtual reality. That's all it is. All of it is just virtual reality. That's it. And basically, you could be a billionaire in that world, but in this world, you live in a spot with holes in the wall, roaches everywhere, and a cot. You know. But you got that virtual reality world, though, don't you? You cool with that, right? You got your virtual reality chick. So, you know. But living vicariously through people, it depends on how you do it. Some may love what they do and they try to live through what they do instead of living through that person. There's other ways you could be that way. You know, and I just think at times people lose their way because it's so, in this world is so negative and they done tore you down. Look at Zion. Zion talking about suicidal thoughts. Talking about he go to Biggie's Suicidal Thoughts, a depression song. And I told everybody, these chicks today, you can't mess with these chicks. You got to get you a chick that you vetted. You got to vet these chicks. You got to stop messing with these IG models, man. These thoughts. All they want to do is be famous. That's all they want to do. Karen Steffens, a.k.a. Superhead, made it okay to sleep with all these people and then air their business out. She made it cool. And then after that, you had Cat Stacks, who was lying most of the time. So they made it cool. They made it cool to drag men in the mud, and it's like, shawty, you messing the game up. These little girls, that's their problem. They didn't have no guidance in their life. And then people, that's why I said, all we do is laugh at other people's pain. Like Kevin Hart said, laugh at my pain. He talked about his pain, talked about his family, and y'all had the opportunity to listen and laugh. But we're too busy laughing and kikiing way too goddamn much. People out here really need help. People out here are really hurting. The world is ending, guys. Y'all think the world might not last 50 years. It might be less than that. Because it's getting hotter by the day. It's getting colder by the winters. And that's showing you. And they messed this world up. But everybody too busy like, I ain't finna give this dude a job because he black. I don't like the way he walked in here. I don't like the way he been looking at Linda at work. I'm trying to holler at Linda because we got division and we got colorism playing a big role in everyday life, and it sucks. That's like me. That's why I used to always be like, man, I couldn't stand white people and all that as I got older. But when I was younger, I was cool with a lot of them. And then when I got older, because of dealing with the police, I had to learn that, listen, I had to learn through all these years that every white person isn't bad and every black person isn't good. The problem is that we're too divided. We need to come together as people, you know. And also we need to hold a lot of these other races their feet to the fire. They could come to our community, use us to get their personal gain up, and then they go back to their little suburb life. Instead of us saying, no, we don't want them here. They don't want to give back to the community, they can leave. We have to force these people to give back to the community, and that's our problem. We don't. We let them entice us. We let them entice us with a port, you know. We let them entice us with the MD 2020s or the liquor or the women, all type of crazy stuff. You know, that's our problem because we vicariously are living through this system that has been placed on us. And we've seen people before us doing it and we thought they made it look cool, you know. But now as you look back, you like, man, that shit really wasn't cool. You know? We got to get a grasp on reality. We got to get a grasp on reality. We have to get a grip on it. We have to be able to grab it and shake that mother effer sometimes and tell them, look, I'm still here. I don't want to hear that shit. This is reality. This is what needs to be done. This is how I'm going to do it. You know, and that's just the way of it. I just think people have to understand that. I think people at times, they kind of get lost. They get lost in the sauce real bad, and they're confused, or they're not themselves. And it's sad, but they're not themselves. Some people, all they can do is live a lie, because the real, if it comes out, it'll break them down, or break their family down. I'm not trying to be preachy this morning, but I just felt like talking about something else. Like, you know, everybody else, you know, to me, it's a lot of these people on the internet and everywhere that's trying to live through other people. You know, like I remember I'm a subscriber came on and said something like, well, Carcino said something like this. I said, then go to Carcino page, nigga. I mean, it's not, and then some people took it as that I was trying to be, you know, being rude and stuff. It's like, it's not trying to be rude, dog. It's that I made my page. You know, when Carcino, whatever he says, you know, that's fine. He can say that. That's how he looks at it. That's his point of view. And majority of the times he's right. But I have my experiences and I put it out there, whether you like it or you don't like it. You know, Kwame Brown says something. Everybody wants to flip their wig. They want to get mad at Kwame Brown because he said something that you didn't agree with. Just because you don't agree with it don't mean you got to go kill the man. So you finna diss the man because the man felt a certain way? No. Me and C Penn, you know, prayers to him, man. I hope he does well. But, you know, I don't want to put his business out there, but I just want to say prayers to him. Make sure you say a prayer for C Penn. But me and C Penn, we go back and forth on things, you know, but at the end of the day, I respect everything about that man because that's a man. And he stands by what he feels and how what he's gone through. Christian the same way. Christian, you know, he younger than me, like he's like the little brother. But, you know, I tell Christian, you know, just be careful. You know, there's no right or wrong answer. Just do the best you can as a husband and as a father. That's all you can do. I don't have experience in raising children because I don't have kids, but I know how to deal with children. But I told him, man, just be you. You know, that's all you got to do. You know, Scrub, you know, even though I don't mess with the people he mess with, it's all love with Scrub. Scrub the homie. Detroit T. Jeff Bone the Bonehead, who be having me laughing all day. Who did it this time? And I've been a bad friend with Who Did It, man. I ain't been by his page, but man, Who Did It, man, shout out to you, my G. I'm gonna get a chance to come to your page. I just be so busy, bro. But that's no excuse. I'm gonna start coming through. If I missed anybody else, my bad. MDT Sports, shout out to him. You know, shout out to Exxon Sports. You know, shout out to everybody, man. If I missed you, my bad, but shout out to everybody. And I want to see everybody. I want to see everybody. Everybody do their thing. You feel me? That's what I want. You know, so thank y'all for listening, man. I'm out. And this is the DJ Report signing off, bruh. Peace.